During my son's high school summer break, our family traveled to United Kingdom. My husband had to visit Plymouth and Oxford University for work, so I and my son spent London first and met at Plymouth and traveled together Oxford afterward. We flew with American Air from Washington, D.C., which took about 7 hours. The flight was $1,175 per person. At Dulles Airport, we used our priority pass to access the Turkish lounge, which offered better food options. After arriving at London Heathrow Airport, my husband took the Heathrow Express train straight to Plymouth, while my son and I took an Uber to the Westin London City, which was about an hour and a half away. We booked a 4-night stay in London using Marriott hotel points. The Uber fare from the airport to the hotel was around £65, and I tipped £5. This hotel has multiple entrances, so it's convenient to use the one closest to the road you need. Overall, the service was friendly, and the hotel was clean. After checking in and resting, we walked about 4 minutes from the hotel to Sainsbury's local to pick up some snacks. It was convenient, like a convenience store, where we could easily buy simple essentials. On the first day, we decided to explore the area around the hotel. We took a short walk, about 7 minutes, to St. Paul's Cathedral and strolled around its surroundings. The magnificent cathedral and the beauty of the surrounding streets were truly captivating. Tate Modern is just a 13-minute walk from St. Paul's Cathedral, so we crossed the Millennium Bridge to get there. There were many famous artworks, but since my son wasn't very interested, we went through quickly and left. On the first day, we crossed the bridge again and returned to the hotel to relax. The next morning, we took the subway early and went to Westminster Station to see Big Ben. London's subway system is very well organized. While the facilities are a bit old, it operates accurately and systematically, making it easy to get anywhere by public transport. Tickets can be easily purchased at the stations. As soon as you exit Westminster Station, Big Ben is right in front of you. It looks magnificent. It's a great idea to take a photo with the iconic British double-decker bus in front of Big Ben. It'll be a perfect shot capturing the essence of London. Crossing Westminster Bridge offers a fantastic view of both Big Ben and the London Eye. It's a perfect spot to capture both landmarks in one shot, showcasing some of the best of London's iconic scenery. Westminster Abbey is just a 5-minute walk from Big Ben, so be sure to take some beautiful photos there. After visiting Westminster Abbey, we walked to Buckingham Palace. Walking along Birdcage Walk to Buckingham Palace not only gives you a chance to enjoy the beautiful greenery of St. James's Park, but it also lets you experience the vibrant atmosphere of London as you pass by locals going about their day. The peaceful, tree-lined path really makes the journey to Buckingham Palace more enjoyable. We arrived at Buckingham Palace to watch the guard ceremony, but missed the timing, so moved on to another location. If you walk about 8 minutes from Buckingham Palace, you can watch the guard ceremony at St. James's Palace. This location is also very popular with tourists. You can check the time schedule at changing-guard.com/dates-buckingham-palace.html. After the ceremony at St. James's Palace, they head towards Buckingham Palace. The ceremony at the starting point is very brief, so it's not a long event to watch. However, it's worth stopping by for a quick look. Fortnum and Mason is an 8-minute walk from St. James's Palace, and it's worth stopping by for a visit. The National Gallery is a 10-minute walk from Fortnum and Mason. We planned to visit, but the line was incredibly long, so decided to skip it. Right in front of the National Gallery is Trafalgar Square. Chinatown is a 6-minute walk from the National Gallery, so we decided to check it out, but it wasn't particularly impressive. We walked 5 minutes from Chinatown to Dishoom for lunch. This restaurant is one of the most famous Indian eateries in London, offering a slightly fusion-style take on Indian cuisine. The food was not bad. After lunch, we took a short walk around Covent Garden, which was just nearby. After a busy day in London, we returned to the hotel to rest. My son, who loves swimming, enjoyed some time in the pool. For dinner, we went to Kirin, a Chinese restaurant just a 4-minute walk from the hotel. We enjoyed every dish thoroughly. There were more customers than expected, so it seemed like a popular spot. The next day, I decided to try afternoon tea in London, so went to the Mandarin Oriental Hyde Park Hotel. It had a stunning architectural design. I made a reservation for afternoon tea at the Roseberry, located inside the hotel. It was about €90 per person. The interior was beautiful, the atmosphere was great, and it felt luxurious. They served sparkling tea saicho, and it was incredibly delicious. I really wanted to buy it. The sandwiches and scones were delicious. However, the tea was a bit too mild, so it didn't quite pair well with the sweet food. Since it was Wimbledon season, they served tennis balls as dessert, which was a delightful surprise for me as a tennis fan. I took a photo because the dessert was beautifully presented, but the taste wasn't as impressive. We were already full, but they even served ice cream. My son enjoyed it, but as someone who doesn't really enjoy sweets, I found the taste a bit lacking. There are many places to enjoy afternoon tea in London, and while this one offered a luxurious atmosphere, excellent service, and a peaceful setting, I didn't think it was worth the price in terms of flavor. Then we visited Notting Hill Bookshop. I bought a tote bag as a souvenir, and I still use it often. We had intended to go to Portobello Road Market nearby, but it suddenly began raining, so we sought refuge from the rain in a cafe, Cable Co next to Notting Hill Bookshop. It was a 7-minute walk from the Notting Hill Bookshop to Portobello Road Market, and we explored the market. It wasn't filled with touristy items, though. After exploring Portobello Road Market, we took the subway to Westfield London Mall for some shopping. Later that evening, we had dinner at an Indian restaurant near the hotel. We ordered a set menu, which came with a large portion. The food was decent and satisfying. After dinner, we took a walk to Tower Bridge to help with digestion. We ended the day like this and returned to the hotel to rest. The next day, my son stayed at the hotel while I took the subway in the morning to visit the Burberry outlet for some shopping. Since it was located a bit outside the city center, it took some time to get there. The store was mostly filled with Chinese tourists. I returned to the hotel and then we went to Borough Market for lunch. Since Southwark Cathedral was nearby, we took some photos as well. Borough Market is always crowded with tourists. There are plenty of things to explore, so be sure to check it out. We lined up at Richard Hayward's Oysters to try their fresh oysters. They were incredibly fresh, plump, and absolutely delicious. Highly recommended. Since it's a market, we had to buy and eat while standing. But that's the fun of visiting a market. While looking for a place to have lunch, we found that almost every stall in the market was packed with people. Luckily, we found an open table at Maria's Market Cafe, where we quickly ordered fish and chips. After eating, we left the market swiftly. After leaving Borough Market, we made a dinner reservation at Padella, which was located nearby. This place is always busy, and reservations are only accepted at the shop by QR code. Since we had to return at the designated time, we secured our spot and planned to come back later. Since we had some free time before our dinner reservation, we walked about 15 minutes to Sky Garden. Although a free ticket must be reserved in advance, we were lucky enough to get in as walk-in visitors. Most of the visitors were tourists, and it was quite crowded, but the view was absolutely stunning. It's definitely worth a visit. After coming down from Sky Garden, we passed by the monument to the Great Fire of London and took a short break while enjoying a coffee at Pret a Manger nearby. We walked to Padella for dinner, stopping to take some photos before crossing London Bridge. This place is always crowded. Padella is always busy, but their reservation system is well organized, and both ordering and service were excellent. Not all the pasta dishes we ordered were great, but the classic margherita and other basic dishes were very fresh. It's worth a visit. On our last day in London, we decided to stay at the London Marriott Hotel Marble Arch using Marriott points. Since we had luggage, we took a taxi from the Westin London City, which took about 20 minutes. The Lyft taxi was much cheaper than Uber, so we chose Lyft and arrived in about 20 minutes. The hotel has a good location, but the facilities are quite average. Hyde Park was located near the hotel, so we took a walk there and enjoyed the peaceful surroundings. Oxford Street was within walking distance from the hotel, so we took a stroll and did some shopping at Primark. The area was bustling with both tourists and locals, and we enjoyed the lively atmosphere. While walking along Oxford Street, we came across Flatiron Marylebone and decided to stop there for lunch. The steak, salad, and ice cream were all quite good. The friendly and casual atmosphere made the experience even more enjoyable. The street near Flatiron had a great atmosphere, so I took some photos. After lunch, we took the subway to the British Museum. But there were already many tourists in line, and it took over an hour just to enter. After entering, my son wasn't very interested, so we just bought some souvenirs and left quickly. That evening, I was planning to watch a musical, so we headed to the Victoria Palace Theatre. Since we had some time before the musical, we had dinner at a nearby restaurant called Lime Orange. It was a Korean restaurant, and it was packed with locals. Although it wasn't exactly the authentic taste of Korean food, we were happy to have some Asian cuisine after a long time. I reserved tickets for the musical Hamilton at Victoria Palace Theatre for 7:30 p.m., costing around €100 per person. It was our first musical in London, so we had high expectations. I know that tickets in Manhattan are very expensive, so I was surprised to find them relatively affordable in London. The seats were so close that we could see the performers up close and experience their expressions and movements vividly. The musical performance was incredible, though I couldn't take photos during the show. The acting was phenomenal, and the cast's talent was outstanding. It was both entertaining and moving. My son was so touched that he said it was the best moment of our time in London. It's definitely a must-see. After final day in London, we took the bus back to the hotel and ended the day. After spending 5 days in London, the next day we took a bus to Paddington Station, which was a 10-minute ride away. From there, we took a train to Plymouth, a 3-hour journey. Our first visit to London was much better than I had expected. The city felt like a blend of Manhattan and Tokyo, with its stunning views and well-organized system. Despite its rich Western traditions and history, it felt clean, modern, and efficiently run. London offers a high quality of sights, food, and products, making it hard to go wrong no matter where you go. Although the cost of living is on the higher side, the value it offers for travelers, especially those with limited information, was well worth it. I didn't feel dissatisfied at all. The Londoners I encountered were relaxed and had a pleasant demeanor, making our trip even more memorable. I recommend avoiding the overly famous museums and tourist spots and instead exploring quieter parks or walking through the city where you can experience the daily life of the locals. Summer in London is perfect, so I would suggest visiting when the weather is good.